Yesterday, we announced the resignation of Marsha Smith as Member of Parliament for North East St. Anne. Minister Matthew Samuda will replace Marsha in North East St. Anne as the party's candidate. And on Monday last, he tendered his resignation from the Senate and as a minister to make himself available. And at a later stage, I will announce a new appointment for Marsha, who has excellent skills and experience in industrial relations matters. Today, I am announcing that a by-election will be held in the constituency of North East St. Anne. The nomination day will be September 11th, 2024, and the election day will be September 30th, 2024.
There's another constituency which has a vacancy, Trelawney Southern. Notice you announced a by-election for one that became vacant this week, and you haven't announced a by-election for one that has been vacant for a year now.
There is also a division that is vacant, and so to put everyone at ease, within the restructuring that is taking place, all outstanding seats will be addressed.
So when Holiness forced out Marsha Smith and I try to fill in Mattew Samuda, because according to what they're saying is that they want Mattew Samuda to become the finance minister. You know, say, they want to choose a finance minister, but that person have to be a sitting MP to become a finance minister. So, them force out Marsha Smith and them force in Mattew Samuda. But that is not the bad part. That is not even the bad part. The bad part is that Upper Stop Trelawney, Southern Trelawney, has been without an MP for about a year now, since Dalrymple resigned. And them still cannot keep a by-election for Southern Trelawney. Over there in Morant Bay, same way, no by-election. But Marsha Smith can resign yesterday, and them plan a date for by-election the next day. For sure, you say, Andrew Holiness have no respect for the people of Jamaica. He have no respect for the people them over there in Southern Trelawney. Who them want to represent Southern Trelawney? Him have no respect for them. And him have no respect for the people them over there in Morant Bay either. Because why you can't keep a by-election for those constituencies? Why? Why you cannot keep a by-election for those constituencies, but you can hurry up and keep a by-election for over there in North East St. Anne? But that is not even what we want right now with Andrew Holiness. We want a general election, and to me it seems like you'll call a general election very soon. And that's what we want. We want to vote you out because we're tired of you, Andrew Holiness. To be honest with you, we're tired of you. People, if you're not tired of Andrew Holiness, like up the video and share up the video and make we tell him in the comment section. So we're tired of him. We're tired of Andrew Holiness now. We want a by-election for Upper Southern Trelawney. And we want a by-election for over there in the Morant Bay division as well. The people them cry for that. They want a representative. Andrew Holiness, you are so disrespectful to those people. It is a national disgrace. But bless up to my viewers and my subscribers them. May hope everybody having a blessed and a wonderful day. Now, my viewers and my subscribers, remember, in everything you do, always put God first. In every any situation, just always remember to call upon God. Always remember to pray, because a prayer day keep the devil away. Now, my viewers and my subscribers, we have a lot coming up inside this update, so you definitely don't want to miss none. So remember to leave a like on this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet, and turn on the post notification bell. Alright, we soon forward.
A corrupt government cannot liberate the people. If the head of the stream is corrupt, the entire river will be also. I do not support corruption. Corruption takes money away from children's education. It deprives hospitals of basic necessities. It means that roads are not fixed. Corruption deepens inequality. It siphons off taxpayers' money to make a few cronies richer with the political connections instead of benefiting the people. This government has been doing everything it can to weaken and undermine the Integrity Commission, which is an institution that I designed as Minister of Justice and brought the legislation to Parliament to fight corruption in this country. I have said it before and I will tell you again. Jamaica cannot move forward without a government built on integrity that embraces principles of good governance in this country.
So welcome back to my viewers and my subscribers. Big up to all of my viewers, big up to all of my subscribers. We continually support the channel and help the channel to grow. Now, remember to leave a like on this video. Remember to give this video a thumbs up. Also, if you are a new viewers first time on my channel, then please subscribe to my channel and turn on the post notification bell so whenever we drop new content, you will be first to be notified. Share the content with a friend, a family, a loved one. Share it on your social media platform. So now my viewers and my subscribers, I want to ask you a question. Especially the people them over there in Southern Chilani and the people them over there in Morant Bay, St. Thomas. You don't feel disrespectful or disrespected by the Prime Minister decision to go ahead with a by-election for North East Centre, but leave your constituency empty. You don't have nobody who can go to. You don't have nobody to go report to. You don't feel disrespected by that. Because, people, imagine, them force out Marsha Smith. Yesterday, she resigned. The announcement were made by the Prime Minister that Marsha Smith resigned. And today, them announced a date for a by-election. So them say nomination day will be September 11. And the by-election day will be at the end of this month. So people, the question again, you don't feel disrespected by Andrew Holiness' decision not to give a by-election, even though you have been without an MP for a year now, but are quick to give North East Centre a by-election. You don't have to feel disrespected. You don't have to feel disrespected. This man is a evil man. Me tell you, and that's why you don't need to use this and mark him. Him no care about you. This man don't even care if he show say him can definitely give you back an MP. Him just no want to do it. And one of the main reasons why him cannot give Southern Chilani an MP is because it is alleged that Rhoda Crawford want Southern Chilani because according to what I am hearing, she said that Southern Chilani is a safe seat. So at that the seat that she want to run. And then it is alleged that the wife decides that she want Southern Chilani because in the local government election, it clearly showed that the wife would lose her seat. It clearly showed that the wife and the matey would lose their seat. So the two of them are fight for Southern Chilani. It is also alleged that the husband don't want to give the wife, he want to give it to Rhoda Crawford. But it will look too bad in the eyes of the public to see that him choose Rhoda over his wife. And that is why Southern Chilani allegedly cannot get an MP up till now. Honestly, what I go on? Corruption in I think, man. I be a nastiness they got in Jamaican Labour Party people. Pure nastiness. So the wife and the matey a fight for one seat. Jaja. But people, I want you all to check out this audio. And remember to leave a like on this video. Remember to share this video. Give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't subscribed as yet.
As the countdown to the general elections looms, Prime Minister Andrew Holiness has begun to make several changes. It's understood that Holiness has been meeting with several of the actors as he plots how to replace Dr. Nigel Clarke and revamp his governing Labour Party. With recent polls and the outcome of the local government elections revealing a troubling decline in support for his administration, the Prime Minister is said to be moving decisively now. The opposition People's National Party (PNP) is gaining ground, setting the stage for a high-stakes battle for control of Gordon House no later than a year from now, September 2025. According to some political insiders, corrections heading into 2025 are needed if the government hopes to win an unprecedented third consecutive term in power for the JLP. Unlike the opposition People's National Party, which won 4 consecutive general elections between 1989 and 2007, the JLP has never pulled off a triple. Smith's exit marks the beginning of what is anticipated to be a series of high-profile departures from the government ranks at both the ministerial and parliamentary levels. Smith, who won the St. Ann North East seat in the 2020 general election, has seen her relationship with the constituents deteriorate since 2022, culminating in public protests against her. Her decision to bow out of the next election has paved the way for Minister without portfolio Matthew Samuda to be the party standard-bearer for the constituency. A by-election to allow him to enter the lower house now seems likely ahead of next year's general elections. With Samuda set to enter the lower house, a by-election is now on the horizon, triggering his resignation from the Senate and creating more options for Prime Minister Holiness. However, the anticipated changes are not likely to end there. Nationwide News understands that several other veteran MPs are being asked to step down to allow an influx of fresh talent into the ranks of the governing party. This would enable the Prime Minister to secure a replacement for Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clarke, who is scheduled to depart for his new role as Deputy Managing Director of the International Monetary Fund (IMF) at the end of October. It will also enable him to shore up potential areas of weakness ahead of next year's grand contest. As these maneuvers unfold, the political landscape is set for a dramatic overhaul, with Holiness potentially repositioning his administration for a critical electoral showdown.
The residents of St. Ann are also happy that Marsha Smith is gone. She's no longer representing them. You understand? But what I would say to them is, be happy if the whole Jamaican Labour Party is gone completely. You understand? Because they are the one that is sabotaging you all. So people, I am going to play some reaction from the residents of St. Ann, and you can leave your honest opinion down below in the comment section.
Tuesday, September 3, 2024 marks 4 years since Marsha Smith was elected by the people of North East St. Ann as their Member of Parliament. Her political journey began when she was chosen to replace JLP stalwart Shahini Robinson as the party's candidate in the seat following Robinson's death in May 2020, just months before the general elections. The constituency has remained a stronghold for the JLP since 2001. However, Smith's time in office was marked by internal dissent, with protests emerging from her own supporters. In February 2022, scores of JLP supporters converged on Smith's campaign office in St. Ann's Bay, demanding her resignation. They accused her of offering them subpar representation. In September that same year, Smith faced another round of protests. The complaints were similar. They expressed that they were being neglected.
We don't want Marsha! We are so far down here! We are so far! Mr. Leader! Go help us! We want help! And we're not voting! We're not voting if we don't get our own!
To this day, a resident, Shoshana Sinclair, says there has been no improvement in Smith's representation.
She wasn't doing anything. No, she's an inside person. We want you to come out. We want road work. We want development in our community. You have to have us every month. Something is going on. Road work is going on. You have the senior citizens club and everything. Everything is going on in the constituent. Nothing was going on. Nothing. So we're glad to resign. We are very happy here in North East St. Anne. Overwhelmed, joy.
A nationwide news probe in November of 2022 revealed that Smith led a group of MPs who had failed to fully utilize their annual allocations under the Constituency Development Fund, CDF. The probe, which was supported by an access to information request, found that Ms. Smith had an unallocated and unspent sum of more than $16 million up to the end of October 2022. That's $16 million of a total of $19 million. In other words, she used only $3 million of the $19 million allocated to her for 2022. Meanwhile, Senator Matthew Samuda has since been selected as the JLP's new representative for Northeast St. Anne. Ms. Sinclair claims the constituents have welcomed Senator Samuda with open arms.
He has done well already, and we know he can do better. So we'll just have to bring him and make him feel comfortable because he not come work. We not ask because he put in the work them already. You can see. We love action. We not like a sit down back and not talk back and no. We love action. Him come and he walk the ground and he know everybody already. So I just call the date, Andrew, right now.
All I can say is that the people need to wake up and realize that this government are using you all. They are using you. They might take advantage of you all. And you need to realize, you need to wake up. You need to see out on your own eyeball them. Because this government only use the poor. Them only use, they care zero about any of you. They care zero. Right now, a pound of melon. When you check it out, I see a price for a pound of melon. $1,080. I said, Jesus Christ. Are there some things gone now? $1,500 for a pound of tomato? $1,000 for a pound of sweet pepper? Price gone sky high. Price gone sky high. So we need to get rid of them. We need to get rid of this government like immediately. So me no know if we're not going to be happy to see Matthew Samuda, or we're not going to be happy to see a change in the constituency. Over how much years now Shine Robinson come, Marsha Smith come, everybody come and then help you know. So what sense it make? Uno die down there. Uno not no sense. Uno die down there. Uno not no sense. See your pastor down Chilani, they must switch out. They must switch out because them realizing nothing now go on for them. So they must switch out. So it best uno do the same thing as well. But listen to what Dayton Campbell had to say, people.
We need a general election.
And with the government offering the protection to the consumers, you could have been getting the items much cheaper.
How do you protect the consumers in the free market is what I'm curious about. Because even if you remove the duty, there's no way to stop
the ability to sell it. No, you give other. It's not everyone that is unconscionable and that would be rapacious with how they're doing this thing. It's not everyone that would do that. There are some persons who would bring in the items. Maybe some persons will be selling the tomatoes at $450 and still making 100% or 200% profit. But persons have decided it currently, from my research, is passing through too many hands. And so it comes, it passes, this person says to that person, so it goes to about 5 persons before it reaches the supermarket. And that is why the price ends up there, because each person is making profit. No, somebody has to protect the people. Somebody has to say, hold on. Who is going to protect the people of Jamaica? If minimum wage is $15,000 for the week, how can you be selling a pound of tomato for $1,000? How is that humanly possible that you'd expect that people? And then when the people don't eat properly, then we end up with communicable diseases. Diabetes, hypertension, and obesity, all of those things that then cause a sequel of events where we get heart attacks, stroke, kidney problems, eye problems, and the debilitating health sector that already cannot afford the burden, is further burdened based on these lifestyle illnesses. This government does not have foresight, nor does it have the interest of the people at all.
I'm getting a number of questions coming in. I hope you don't mind if I put them to you. One is, how do you countenance then your position of leaving these 3 constituencies without political representation?
I'm not suggesting that we should leave them without representation. I'm suggesting that where we are now, the government should call the general election and let the people decide. What I saw in the release on the Prime Minister is an attempt to suggest that there are going to be serial by-elections, which is just plain politics with the resources of the state. I'm not suggesting that they should remain, the constituency should remain unrepresented. I'm saying it is hypocrisy in the view that South Trelawney has been without an MP for a year. This is not something that I concocted, you know. This is something that is actually factual. Yet somebody resigned yesterday, you've called a by-election in that seat. That is politicking with the democratic process within the country. On what basis would you announce a by-election where there's a resignation for one day whilst leaving the one that has been vacant for over a year? That is disgraceful.
Another one is suggesting, when will Mark Golding have a personal or party message for the country to galvanize around him? He seems only to react to every little thing that flares up in the news.
I would encourage that person to actually follow Mark Golding, because clearly there's a deficit because they're not following him. His presentations within the parliament, his presentation in the budget debate, his presentation at the annual conference, his presentation at the different meetings, as he has outlined those things continuously. I remember even the Gleaner editorial saying that he's speaking about policy issues now. What persons need to understand is that Mark Golding does not control what the media brings from a political rally. The media is going to bring an issue that they think is topical. So if it is that there's been a triple murder and he comments on that, that is what the media brings. It does not mean that that is the fullness of what he said. That's a 30 seconds or 2 minutes clip out of a 30-minute speech that he gave. So maybe the individual needs to actually follow him and pay more attention to what he's saying.
What's going to be the line or the approach taken by the party, given that you are not going to contest Centre and Northeast? What is the position going to be as that campaign is underway with Matthew Samuda looking to assume that seat?
We're ready ourselves for the general election, you know. The opposition spokesperson Finance, Julian Robinson, said earlier last month, he said that there's the possibility of an election this year because the government is under pressure. The Prime Minister's findings, the Integrity Commission finding report will be released shortly, the report on the illicit aid. So we are actually actively in the process of getting the party ready for a general election.
And final question, the leader of the opposition, just I think in Westmoreland over the weekend, was critical of the government not naming a replacement for Dr. Nigel Clarke as Minister of Finance. I'm paraphrasing, he says he and Nigel Clarke are reasonably close, they're good friends. Why wait longer than a week to announce his replacement? Two quick things. The government has been critical of Clarke's handling of the ministry as well as recent budget pronouncements. Now you sound as if you don't want him to go because of the impact it might have on the markets, on the ministry itself. Seems a little confusing.
That's not what he said, though. It may be confusing because that's not what he said. So what he's saying is that the finance minister is the second most powerful person in the government. He said he found the time that he's leaving odd, that we're now in the final year towards a general election. We have a budget debate that is coming up within the next 6 months. There is a $45 billion hole within the budget that has not been plugged. They're going into the discussion with the public sector workers shortly, at the beginning of next year, that it just seemed a very odd time for him to leave. And that is also on the background of the Prime Minister saying to the nurses and the teachers that if they're not committed, they should leave. And the former Deputy Mayor, now Mayor of Montego Bay, saying that those who leave Jamaica are cowards. and the Minister of Finance saying that he was increasing the salary so we could attract the best and the brightest. It seems as if he wasn't increasing enough because he's still leaving despite that 300% increase that he was given, whilst calling on the teachers and the nurses, those persons who are trying hard to make ends meet, to stay and be committed. Now, Nigel Clarke has left a $24 million salary to go for a $431,000 US salary. An orthopedic surgeon in Jamaica is currently earning $12 million. But if they were to migrate to the States, would earn $800,000. So in Jamaica, they're earning half of what he was earning, and if they leave, they would earn twice what he's going to earn. Yet still, they have decided to stay. It does seem that the minister is more about his own interests. And it's not new, because Kamina also applied for her work. So it seems as if the government ministers are always auditioning for work. So we're not sad that he's going. We want the entire government to go. I'm wondering if the Prime Minister hasn't seen anything that he's interested in that he wants to apply for.
Dr. Dan Kamala, thank you for your time this morning.
You're welcome.
All right.
We also want to make the government accountable to the people of Jamaica in the Parliament. That is why I brought the impeachment bill to Parliament. So then, when a politician violates the sacred trust of the people, he or she will be held accountable. We want to deepen the democracy. We want to make the elected people more accountable to those they represent. We must introduce a recall mechanism for non-performing elected representatives, as other parties and countries have done around the world.